is famine. You see what I'm saying? Now, the reason why I said famine is coming is because there is lots of problems in the food industry. Why? Because of the things that took place in the past 2 years, the changes that took place with coronavirus. And so during this live special, I'm going to be describing and explaining why I think or why I know famine is coming. I mean, for the past 2 years, right, and plus months, the world shut down for, majority part of those 2 years. And so what that means is everything in society gets held back when as in terms of events, as in terms of, money changing hands, right? The way people make money, the way people spend money. And so when things like that change, right, what happens is us humans, we still have to consume substances, a lots of food, lots of supply. But usually we replenish these supplies because of the motion. But because of the virus and how drastic the virus was, right, it kept us indoors, which leading to slowing down a lot of businesses, making a lot of businesses close. But even though those things have taken place, we still have to continuously consume. And so now, a lot of the crops that were supposed to be planted didn't get the chance to be planted, right? Because we are consuming too fast in a vast scale. And so when those things take place, right? Though it's a large scale because there's 8 billion people in the world and famine is taking place, right? It's going to take place for at least 4 years. And so my message to you guys, whoever listens to this or watches this video, is to prepare. This is not about preparing how much money you have. It's more like how much resources you can obtain in such a short period of time to be able to help you and help your family or help anybody that you want to. Because as you can see, money is one thing. But if you have money and you can't buy substances, or the resources that they have for money has been extremely priced up, then the value that you used to see before, you're not going to see the same value anymore. And so when you don't see these value, it becomes a problem because your money, right? Your money is no longer strong anymore. And so, but if you have resources or you prepare before those prices go up, then you have an advantage because when others go and buy it for an arm and a leg, right, for a very high price, you still have the same rates as before because you pre-prepared. So pre-prepared by buying substances, items, canned goods, items that will take long for it to expire so that you can prepare for the times of hardship that is on its way. And so what you can take from this is do your own research if you don't understand what I'm saying, right? Because guess what? It's going to happen anyways. There is no way things are going to go back to normal. As you can see, many governments have said that, which is true because we have gone too far for us to go back to the old norm. And so with these repercussions, right, with these things that have taken place, there's consequences that regardless if we know about or we don't know about, right? We still It's still going to take place in our lives. And so if it's going to take place in our lives, we might as well prepare. And we need to be mature about a lot of these things and not wait until last minute, because at this time last minute won't help. And so tell me what you guys are going to do to prepare for the new changes that are going to take place, right? Because it's happening now, right? This what's it called? This virus have separated society altogether, and so there's so many things that are changing vastly, day by day. When things used to take years for Parliament to come together to make decisions, now they're doing it in 24 hours, right? They're doing it with a drop of a dime. And so you can see the speed that they're going at. They're they're changing things like light speed. And so if they are changing, we must also change in that direction, or you will be left behind, right? You don't want to perish because of lack of knowledge or lack of understanding, right? So do the right thing, because regardless if you're vaccinated or you're not vaccinated, it's a problem for the world. And this problem is not segregated to unvaccinated people, it's segregated to everybody. And so, because we live here and because we are the consumers, we are also the ones who also buy. And so, you're either on one side or the other side, but you have to spend time on either or side. So, think about it, what you guys are going to do for the future. What are you going to do to prepare you and your family for this dark future that is going to take place? I mean, you can't even go to McDonald's and sit down and eat your food, but you can go there and purchase food. See what I'm saying? So, a lot of times we're in an era where what makes sense, right, does not make sense. And what doesn't make sense is starting to be considered sense. And so you have to wean out by researching, by the things that you know you do every day, the things that you make yourself aware of, you know, preparing your wealth, which is your health, doing things that's going to make you evolve, make you last longer, make you live longer, make you healthier. Because the plans that they have in place is very serious, and they're going day in and day out. You cannot stop everything from happening, but what you can do is control the outcomes of your actions, of what you want to happen, of your safety. Because regardless whether you think it's true, look at what's going on. Look at what's going on around the world. And so, if you see the seriousness of how this is playing out, then you must prepare yourself. You must understand that they canceled so many businesses, so many events have changed, right? So much rules have been placed in a very vast period of time. So, which means that at any given time, they can change their mind. They can do anything. So learn how to grow your food. Do you understand? It's very important you learn how to grow fruits and vegetables. Or you have things in place that is going to sustain you for a longer period of time. It's very important that you keep healthy. You take your vitamins and your minerals. You stock upon those, right? Natural substances. Substances that's going to keep you from going to the hospital. as much as possible, right? Winter is on its way. This winter, for sure, is going to be a drastic winter. There's going to be food shortages, which means things are going to be very expensive. And so, food could, you need food. You need food to survive. And so, if they decide to raise the prices, for example, if they said to you, a loaf of bread is now $10 for just one loaf of bread, what would you say? You have no choice but to buy it. But if you knew how to make bread, if you had the ingredients to make bread, perhaps then you have a little bit more control over the things that you consume. Because ultimately, you know, try and use your skills. If you don't have any, learn them because you're going to need it. You're going to need it if you want to survive. You're going to need your hunting skills. You're going to need your intellectual skills, your tradesman skills, your masonry skills. You're going to need all those skills because it keeps you self-sufficient. And so for the next years that's coming, because they have plans for this society based on the events that have taken place, then you know that you must do everything you can to be more than prepared for these events. I know it may seem like it's rolling out slowly worldwide, but it's coming quicker than what it is. It's just like a flood. Flood starts off small, 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 right? Then it emerges, and then it's just consistent. Then before you know it, it covered everywhere. And so don't wait until it's too late, right? Don't wait until, last minute and you're like, well, I didn't think it was that serious. So I wasn't really prepared for this famine that is taking place. See what I'm saying? Because this is not just a specific side of the world, it's everywhere that is going to take place in the world. So do the right thing and prepare you and your family, right? Because these skills are essential to your survival. And so when things get very drastic, you don't want to be caught up in the rain. You want to be prepared. It's like going outside and you know it's going to rain, right? But you don't see it right away, right? And it could rain an hour, 2 hours from the time you go outside. But think about it. If you said, you know what? Whether I know for sure it's going to rain or not, I'm still going to prepare by bringing an umbrella, right? Or wearing a rain jacket. Then you know that you are preparing for the future regardless of what takes place. And so you don't want to take no chances and back away and not do the things that you're supposed to do so that you can survive or your children can survive. Especially when you have family, when you have kids, you know? All of those things are important for you to grow, for you to live longer, for your race to extend. Because it's almost like the survival of the fittest. And the people that are going to survive the most or last longer, right, are the people who starts preparing from time. Look at all these animals. Look at a squirrel, for example. A squirrel knows when winter is coming. And every year around winter time, because it knows it's harder to hunt in the winter than in the summer, it will prepare itself. And so it will hide walnuts or whatever food that they have and place it in places where they will remember where to find it easy during the winter to survive. Bears eat a lot and they hibernate for months and wake up. So if animals have their ways of preparing, then us humans who are much more intelligent in many cases can prepare, because we speak, we can communicate. Yes, animals can communicate, but we can do it in a vast and a better way. And so, more times, it's our free will, it's our determination that, you know, sort of either pushes us forward, or the lack of it slows us down. And so, don't be procrastinating at this time. Prepare, put things into place that is going to help you, that is going to, keep you at peace. Because yes, you can have money, but if there's a food shortage, it's going to be very even hard for you to be able to consume a lot, because then limits of purchase will be put. So it won't be about money, right? Because if they said they gave you all the money in the world, but you couldn't buy food, would you accept that? I don't think so, because you wouldn't live long. And so think about what is very important to you. You know, what what comes to your mind? What is your strategy that you're going to put in place? What are you going to learn from, you know, this video? Because you need it. You need to do the things, and you need to do it right away. And so famine will take place in this world. There's already warnings of food shortages around the world. I know Canada have a lot of food because there's a lot of farms, there's a lot of grow-ups and everything for food, but it hasn't been the same. You know, society have changed, rules have changed, right? So the possibility of food shortage is very high, and it will take place. If you go to the grocery store, there's some items already that is already priced high already. And so it's going to take place for all these items. And so people consuming so much in a very fast period of time means less food for people, regardless if you have money or not. So just think about it. Stock up on your teas, man. You know, different teas, because it will cure you. It will help you, keep you out of the hospital. It will maintain your self-wealth. Be prepared for the unexpected, because you have the knowledge, you have the intelligence, and you have the determination to be able to do that. So don't feel bad, right? For those who don't want to prepare, those who don't care. Because right now, it's survival of the fittest. And so if you care about you, and if you care about your family, then you will also care about, survival techniques, things that you should do to be able to put yourself in the right position to avoid the full effect of famine. Because yes, you can survive maybe 5, 6 days, 7 days, 2 weeks without food, right? Most people cannot do that, but a lot of people can as well. But you can't survive 2 to 4 years without food. You need that. You need the vitamins, the minerals. You need the good health to be able to maintain your peace in your life, right? And you can also do your part by helping others, letting them know, you know what I mean? Because if you help others and you educate them or you alert them, right, you are doing your part. It's up to people to also utilize that knowledge that is being, given to them, to be able to survive, right? Because life has its ups and downs, but the best thing is prevention, right? Preventing something from taking place. It's better than the cure if you can prevent it from happening, right? If you can prepare for your survival, right, for famine. And if you can prepare your family by learning how to grow foods and crops, right, by preparing and buying non-perishable items, right, abundance of them, and storing them, right, so that when the time comes when everything have changed, right, when prices of products skyrocket. Why? Because the currency is going to become low. And so if the currencies, right, the US dollar drops, then every all the food that is coming from around the world, its prices will go up because the currency value will be what? Lower, but the items currency value will be higher, so it will be have to be placed higher. Why? Because it takes extra work to be able to, bring those substances to, the same point in time, because it's not the same anymore. Different checks, different measures have to be placed, right? The time frame can become slower. And guess what? All of those affect how much we can consume. All those affect the quality of food that we can get. And so try to control these qualities, right? By learning how to grow your food. Number one, by buying substances or items, perishable items, and storing them. So you have, food that is advanced, for 6, 7 months. All those things you need, right? And not just food, but also items to, keep good hygiene, because things will change. Things will get more expensive, and you need to spend the time and dedication to be able to ration out these things. Because if you don't, right, people are not going to feel sorry for you if you don't feel sorry for yourself. People are not going to prepare for you if you don't prepare for yourself. So if you take it as a joke, right, life will also take you as a joke. So take it serious, do your own research, you know what I mean? Think about what I said, because it's going to take place. And it's not about how much money you have, it's how prepared you are. And you see what I'm saying? So just look it up, right? There's so many things that are taking place, so many crops that are being destroyed, right? So many farms that cannot, what's it called, grow because they don't have the materials, the tools. There's a lot going on, right? If there's not flood here, there's fire here. If there's not fire here, there's hurricane here. All of those are all destruction, and they cause a delay in how we can consume. And so if it causes a delay in how we can consume, you could only bet that it's going to affect you in the long haul. You can have money, but if you cannot buy, then what would you do with the money? Because the reason why you have money is so that you can buy, right? So you can position yourself in a better position than those who don't. But if rules change where it's not about money, but it's about, you know, how much things you can like it's about resources. It's always been about resources, right? And so your money value can be lower where you need more to be able to buy less, right? Less than what you can. So, I mean, think about it, especially if you have a big family. Because if you have a big family and you spend about $400 on groceries every week, think about it. That $400 before would have got you a lot of stuff. But just, in a very short period of time, that 400 could get you a quarter of the stuff that you used to get for $400. And you have no choice because it's the best thing. It's the only thing you can do, right? You gotta eat to survive. You got to eat to maintain good health. And you got to eat properly. And so, which will lead you to buying less quality stuff for your body. And your body is a vessel, it's a temple, right? It's your existence. What's it called? Home, right? Take care of it, and it will take care of you. And you know that for everything. You gotta maintain a good hygiene, good minerals and vitamins, balance, so that you can continuously remain strong. Because everything that you do that is of strength, of thoughts, or anything, if you can do it naturally and properly, you need to consume the proper type of substances, from food to what's it called, hygiene. You got to do it because it's the only way you'll be able to evolve, to last longer, right? Don't get left behind, because all because of ignorance, all because you failed to understand the what's it called, the speed that the world is going in, that or the direction that the world's going in. You don't have to agree, you just have to be prepared. So prepared for the unprepared. Prepare for what's it called, the unexpected, I mean. See what I'm saying? And so that's my message for you guys today. Because life has its ups and downs. You can do so many things in life, but being prepared is the best thing you can do. Because right? If you get a test, but then you get a chance to prepare, because it's a big test. It's one of the biggest tests in our modern day life history, because you know about this virus. You know the changes it what's it called? It took in society, right? And so these things are showing. And if they're showing, they're they're only going to get what's it called, worse. And things are just gonna drop, step by step. And so you gotta prepare. You gotta see what is important, right? Because if not, guess what? You don't want to be a test subject. You don't want to be left behind, because people wouldn't care, right? So survival is key. Once again, it's your boy Elvis Dua. Check out all my content, right? YouTube, Spotify, Google. Check me out. I have like lots of podcast specials, lots of music. Again, prepare for the future, because prepare yourself, prepare your family, those who will listen to take your advice. Try to give as much good advice, because good advice at the right time, and if it's taken properly, is going to help you to overcome all your obstacles. Like I said, prevention is better than the cure. Thank you guys for listening. Peace out. Comments. Let me know what you guys think. And have a nice day. Bye now.